So if you've been paying attention to NFL news lately, you've seen that the NFL is on the hook for about $4.7 billion, and some say even as high as $14 billion. So in today's video, I am going to explain the NFL antitrust lawsuit and help you understand what it means to you as a fan of football. And don't worry, it's not going to be a super complex video. Don't go anywhere. But before we get into the video, I want to take a second to ask you to please subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications. Really helps us out. If you're a fan of the NFL, you'll love this channel. We release multiple NFL-related videos every Tuesday and Friday all year long. Now, let's get back to the video. So basically, this lawsuit's been going on for a long time, but it really kicked off into the true hearings in mid-June with Roger Goodell, Jerry Jones, and some of the other biggest brass of the NFL coming and testifying in front of the court. Basically, what the lawsuit was in relation to is that the NFL is using monopolistic tactics related to their Sunday ticket offering on DirecTV from 2011 through 2023. So during this time, Sunday ticket was offered by the NFL on DirecTV, though it has since moved to YouTube TV. Basically, what this means is that during this time, people had the ability to watch NFL out-of-market games on Sundays through this DirecTV service. But the argument said that the NFL used monopolistic pricing tactics because they had a monopoly on the football market in order to basically get away with having an overcharged price. Now, professional sports leagues have always had a level of monopolistic exemption, which was used by the NFL in their argument, but the argument here was that this was not part of that exemption, as their exemption only related to the sport and not to the pricing utilized for the access to watch said sport. And so this loss basically came with the fact that the NFL was going to need to pay about $4.7 billion back to Sunday ticket viewers. If you were a Sunday ticket viewer in the past decade plus, you might be eligible for some money, but that's not going to be for a few more years, as this is likely going to be appealed by the NFL up until eventually the Supreme Court, because, you know, billions of dollars is a lot of money that the NFL does not want to lose. Now, I know many people are out here thinking, yeah, what's a few billion to the NFL? They're a massive multi-billion dollar business. But at the end of the day, the NFL's total revenue is only $20 billion a year. $4.7 billion is about 25% of their revenue. That is not insignificant for any business, including the NFL. Does it mean they're going to die from having to make this payment? No. But does it mean it's really going to hurt the NFL? Yeah, it will really hurt the NFL. And the total bill is not $4.7 billion. It could actually be triple that amount. You don't even need to read this if you don't want to, but basically what it says is if a party violates antitrust rules, they might be eligible to pay up to triple the amount of the damages. And given the damages are $4.7 billion, that means the total payment could be as high as over $14 billion. That is nearly 75% of the NFL's annual revenue gone. To put that in perspective, that is each team paying about $500 million. And each team's salary cap is only about $250 million. That means these payments would be equal to 2 years' salary cap. That is not insignificant money for these NFL teams. Now, am I mad they have to pay this? No. Does it mean the league is going under? Absolutely not. But it's just to say that this does somewhat hurt the NFL. This is not nothing for this league. And then the one other thing I will show you is that I really do believe the NFL was in the wrong on this. Sunday ticket is one of the most overpriced products I've ever heard of. So I'm going to start out. I'm Canadian. I don't actually deal with Sunday ticket. I deal with a service called DAZN. And DAZN, unlike Sunday ticket, plays every single NFL game, Monday night, Sunday night, Thursday night, all prime time, all in or out of market, is played on DAZN. So let's look at the prices. Sunday ticket costs $112 USD per month, and it only gives you Sunday out of market games. DAZN is $30 Canadian a month. A quarter of the price, and if you take into account the FX variance, foreign exchange for those who don't know, then this is actually more than 4 times as expensive to get Sunday ticket to get less NFL games. And Sunday ticket doesn't just come with NFL. It comes with Champions League, Europa League, UFC, MLB Network. Like, all these things are on DAZN for 30 Canadian a month, when the NFL through DirecTV and now YouTube TV is charging nearly $120 American for the right to watch only out-of-market Sunday games. To me, it's pretty clear that the NFL has violated these antitrust suits, and I understand why the courts ended up saying that the NFL has to pay this amount out. This is going to eventually go to the Supreme Court, and the NFL is going to continue to argue that they have an exemption to certain antitrust laws, which falls under this purview, and so they should not be required to acquiesce to the normal states of antitrust laws given their exemption status. But if the NFL isn't successful, individuals are going to get a pretty sizable payout. This could be every bit as high as thousands of dollars if you've had DirecTV Sunday Ticket throughout the entirety of its existence. This could be a massive payday for many Americans. That's pretty nice to get given the fact that you've been overcharged for so long. But okay, we've talked about the case, we've talked about why it happened, we've talked about what the result could be, and that we won't know the final end result for probably a couple years, but who benefits from this entire situation? And there's one simple answer. You do. If you are an American who watches football, then you are benefiting from this lawsuit no matter which way it goes, and no matter if you had Sunday Ticket in the past. The reason you're going to benefit is that the NFL, as long as it continues to offer Sunday Ticket, is going to continue to increase their liability they may own to viewers if this case were to come back and say that, yeah, the NFL owes this money. For example, in this case, it only goes up through the end of the DirecTV service. Last year was with YouTube TV, and any future years would also be with YouTube TV, which means that the NFL would actually have to pay more money on top of this if another lawsuit were started in relation to this one, which would almost definitely happen if the precedent said that the NFL did this and violated antitrust agreements. And so what's going to happen? Well, the likely answer is that either one, the NFL is going to charge significantly less for Sunday Ticket to make sure that it cannot be considered a violation of antitrust, or two, the NFL is going to start to sell out-of-market games to other local networks. Either way, it means that individuals will be able to watch more NFL games for a significantly cheaper price while being in an American market. That is absolutely massive for the American consumer, and this is why antitrust rules are in place. They are entirely meant to benefit the consumer. Yes, the NFL is going to tell you that this is anti-consumer, but the fact is, no matter what happens, you, the American consumer, are the one who is going to benefit from this lawsuit, no matter what direction it goes, because it just means that the NFL is going to be more accessible to watch more games moving forward. And so the last thing we'll talk about is answering the question, are you eligible to join this class action lawsuit? And here are basically the numbers and the facts. If you had a DirecTV subscription during this time, you are eligible unless you opted out. And it's unlikely you'll have opted out. You would know if you opted out. And so that means that yes, if you had the subscription, you are eligible. I will leave in the description below a link to the website that shows the lawsuit that basically allows you to get information and ask questions about the eligibility. There are no payments yet eligible because it's going to have to go through all the appeals, but I will leave that below if you are someone who's eligible to get a return on your previous DirecTV Sunday Ticket investment. Either way, that's it for today's video. I know a bit of a different one, but I wanted to give you all the information that you could need or want related to this lawsuit, as it could impact many of you viewers. Either way, if you enjoyed it, leave a like and comment down below. Help us out, help us grow. Either way, I'll see you all next time. Peace!